Good morning, everybody. This is Treya Tarot with the collective reading for Friday, October 4th through Sunday, October 6th, 2024. I'm just going to cut the deck to get started. If you like these readings, please like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell if you want to be notified when I upload a new video. And please, if you feel so inclined, comment. I love the comments so very much. This is for the weekends. Let's see what we got. Okay. All right, we're going to do 5 across, I think. Yeah. Just a little different than my normal style. Okay. So, wow. Okay. So there have been quite a few themes over the past couple of weeks through the eclipse season that I think are coming to a culmination point, or have already just come to a culmination point and are opening up into a new phase. I'm getting lots of mixed signals in the readings, but mostly the confusion lays in a lack of information. So it's clear to me that while we may actually be slowly moving into our new lifestyle or our new experience, which is making us feel very, very full, there's some aspect of our current experience that might feel like a challenge. It might feel like a challenge or a disappointment, even something that brings up those tension feelings inside, especially with that Knight of Rods moving towards the reversed Nine of Cups, okay? I feel like what we're creating is bigger than the wish we had for it. And it took me a while after I did yesterday's reading to think through what the disappointments might be. I think the disappointment comes in the fact that maybe it's not actual disappointment so much as the experience of coming in contact with the difference between the wish and the reality of what we're asking for, of what makes us feel full and contented and loved and safe and all of those things. Okay, yeah. Okay. This is interesting because it seems like there's a replay. You know, periodically through this whole process, there's been these repeated scenarios that keep coming up to be cleared, that 5 of Pentacles. So something feels like an overturn or a loss here, even though you're in the midst of this reawakening process. So maybe it's just that the next few days are actually coming to present us with yet another release point, okay, based on the truth. Okay, so anything that you come in contact with that brings up your struggle or brings up your past situations, these are coming correct. These are situations that are coming up to be released, let go of, dealt with, faced, etc. Because we're really in this middle column here with the Empress and the Sun. All right, everything else is around us. It's mirrors of us. It's some of its illusions, some of its truths. Our goal, or rather the story says that the goal should be to remain full-hearted and look for the truth and the illumination. Look for where the common ground is. Because it seems to me that any sticky situations that you come up against over the next few days are going to be directly influenced by your perspective. So if you're going to see the repeat, that's what you'll be left with. If you can see past it or through it, you're going to be granted this new perspective on self-love, on truth, on what is real versus what is imaginary. How can we really create the dream versus just wishing for it? Yeah, so we get through. 10 of Cups, upright. We get through, I think, because of something that's within us directly. And it may be that, see, that's interesting. It may be that it's because we're ready to take action no matter how vulnerable we feel. There's definitely an air of vulnerability, an air of past disappointment, and then this kind of fortitude that pulls us through to the truth, no matter how tired we are. Because that 10 of Cups is there and we know it's there. We know what we're looking at. But because we know what we're looking at, and it doesn't look exactly like the wish we had originally thought it might be, there might be a bit of confusion. But stick to what you know intuitively if you can hear that. Stick to that. Okay. Excuse me. It's important that you remember, or rather it can be with a storyline like this, important to remember that sometimes the thing we need the most is not going to come in a package that we assume it will. And it's pretty clear to me that we're getting what we've asked for, that we, collectively and individually may be coming up upon scenarios that we've wished for a very long time, but that we're now being asked to do the work. And that can be the point where it doesn't feel like a dream or a daydream or a fairy tale anymore. So it's time to make things real. How do you do that? How can you stay present with that? How can you keep the past in the past? How can you pull through being open and vulnerable, but also knowing your own strength? Okay? That's what that says there for me. The end of the battle. It's the end of the pointless battle. And I love that. Page of Pentacles. All right. This is very strange. I just got a shiver. The end of the battle, the reconciliation. The reconciliation of our old ideas and our new reality. This may be a profound transformation for some people. And it is mostly internal from what I can see, although there's clearly an external situation that's mirroring this internal reality to many of us. But the fighting is really over on some level. It's time for us to receive and open up. And I feel like the more information we get, the easier that will be. But it does take a certain amount of facing our expectations and our assumptions. Wow. Okay. So the overturned Seven of Pentacles. That's effort in, effort out, upright, reaping what you sow. I feel like this is a karmic return that brings reconciliation. There is absolutely a coming to, or a coming correct of something that is probably going to happen in a very unexpected way that might be beautifully disarming in the most pleasant possible way. This feels like, I don't know, it came across confusing because the traditionally more positive cards are mostly reversed, but it seems like it's actually the idea, our old ideas of what those cards mean, like that Ace of Pentacles, that Victory card, that Six of Wands, Six of Rods, there's that feeling of us finally seeing the truth that underlies what we actually say we want. And we have to decide whether or not we're willing to work for that. But with that Four of Rods upright, that's a portal, that's a union. And then it's just hanging out. No pun intended, but pun intended, There's something here about spending some time in that period. Once we've allowed the vulnerability to be real, once we've kind of assimilated into the experience we've asked for, to just let yourself kind of simmer in it for a while. Let it wash over you. Stick around. Stick around for a bit and find out, right? So this weekend, if you get challenged to drop an old battle, just drop it. Let it go. Because there's something really beautiful happening here. Very complex in a lot of ways. Like none of it feels cut and dry, but all of it feels purposeful. And maybe just for our individual perspectives, So thank you for dealing with my hoarse voice today. And I hope you have a good weekend. And please let me know if anything happens this weekend. I would love to hear about it. All right. Have a good weekend, guys. Bye.